Hello and welcome to this week's coffee vlog. It's now Friday the 22nd of January 2016. It's dark, I'm on the way home, and this week it is actually a year since I started doing these weekly vlogs. So amazingly I've managed to last that long. A big thank you to Bugbear for taking the time to hunt through and find for me that the first one I did was uploaded on the 18th of January 2015. So yes, an entire year's now passed and I'm still managing to do them. So that's pretty amazing for me, to be honest. What's been happening this week? Well, it's not been too bad at work. Has sort of finally calmed down after the rush of Christmas, and even the start back was busy. So I've been managed to catch up on a few bits of paperwork and other stuff, which was desperately needed. And also getting on with a bit more website stuff and just starting to sort all that out. And maybe look at some upgrades. Oh, full moon. So got on with that. Now, talking of Bugbear, I did actually manage to completely and totally stitch myself up on one of his vlogs a couple of weeks back. I know he was on about smoking in cars and vaping, whether vaping was covered and grey areas with the police and not covering everything. And I happened to mention sort of a bugbear of mine this winter, which has been, I've seen it much more this winter than others. The amount of cars driving around masquerading as scooters riding in the gutter. That is, like cars with one headlight not working, the bulb's blown. And there seems to be loads more than I ever remember before this year. Always, nearly every night I can spot one driving about with only one light working. So I'd mentioned that, it's just a bemoan of me. The police used to always be really up on, you know, defective lights and things, and I think nowadays they don't really seem to bother with a lot. Traffic offences, I just don't know if they're overworked or what. You never really see that many about, and it's not very often you see them pulled people either. So I was bemoaning people with only one light working. Come Sunday night, heading back home late on Sunday night, pulls up behind a lovely red Mini Cooper, shiny, smooth red bumper behind it, or yeah, back boot cover as it were. And lo and behold, I'm looking at it, I'm thinking, why is there only one large white orb and then two smaller ones? Where's the right hand large white orb? And sure enough, I went on, I was checking, and yeah, I'd got my driver's light bulb out. Fantastic. So I wasn't overly impressed about that. And in fact, so I wasn't masquerading as a scooter driving in the gutter for oncoming traffic and anyone looking on the road. I ended up driving on sides, which, although not fantastic amount of illumination, by the time I've got the radiator grille mounted DRL light, oh, there's one with his light out, and then LED side light bulbs are pretty bright themselves anyway, and also I've got LED accents on the headlight clusters, so the combination of that pretty much, as far as positioning of a car, which is the other thing, you know, if a light's out, you're not really knowing how wide the car is, especially if it's only got that sort of the headlights to go on. There's no other lighting on the front. So as far as positioning goes, driving with the sides like that still indicated perfectly how wide the car was, and it was a car, not a motorbike or anything else. So I figured that would probably be better than having one big bright light on and then one little side light on the right hand side. So I got back on the Sunday night and promptly started searching for H7s on Amazon, of course, to get some Prime delivery. Now, I do have spares in the car of the H7 bulbs, but they're the original stock yellow bulbs, and I moved on to, and these, well, the one that are blown anyway, but the two I had were just some generic no-name blue bulbs, so which I went for to get that sort of white HID look, matches all the LEDs then, and they were all right. I mean, they were good. They did look pretty white, but really weren't that bright, and that was the thing. I didn't think they were that bright. So, and previously I'd noted a lot of people had a lot of good to say about Philips diamond white crystal vision bulbs, H7 bulbs. So I thought I'd have a look at these Philips ones and see if they're going to be worth it. So I went through, and there's quite a few variations even in the H7s that they do, variable ones, and there was a couple of ones that got generally not so great reviews, so I decided, I mean, on the whole they were quite good, but there were quite a few negative ones, and in the end I found some which are typically the most expensive that had pretty much all positive reviews, and everyone seemed to be really impressed with them for brightness and road visibility. So I went with those Philips H7, these diamond white crystal vision bulbs, and they duly turned up Tuesday, but it was too late on Tuesday to actually start messing about putting them in, so I didn't put those in until Wednesday. And other than sort of scraping all my hands to bits, because the access points to where the bulbs go is ridiculously tight in the Reynolds. I just imagine it is on most cars really, but certainly on the driver's side it's a right pain, because you've got the washer bottle thing needs shoving out the way because it's in the way, and there's a metal pipe that's all sharp and edges as well. That seems to be part of the, I believe it must be part of the radiator complex, but that's kind of in the way, and you've got to loop round. And of course, once you get the one out, the one you put it in, you can't touch, and you don't really want to touch it on anything as well. So it's like some sort of feat of manoeuvring your hands and arms about to get it in position. So I did that one, and I changed the. Obviously, I got a pair of new ones, and I changed the left-hand side as well, but I've kept that as a spare now in case one of these goes. I hope one of these doesn't go. It should last a lifetime now, especially as they were 3 times more than I remember paying on me generic blue bulb ones. So they should be worth lasting a bit longer, hopefully. But I think 3 years wasn't so bad for the last one, to be honest. The last set, especially as the generic ones. So got them changed. Had a look. I was in half light, so it wasn't particularly dark at that point, and I kind of thought, oh, I don't know if there's that much brightness difference to them. But actually, once I've been driving with them, they do actually illuminate a lot more of the road. Of course, the thing is, for most of my commute back and forth driving, it's all well lit roads, so I'm not really gonna see a lot of difference on the road as such. I don't do much, you know, I don't live out in the country, so I don't have to do lots of driving in the dark country lanes with no street lights or whatever. So, but saying that, it do still seem to illuminate more than the previous ones did, so they are brighter, certainly for the driving I'm on, and it is a nice sort of bluish white glow, so definitely get that sort of white HID effect. So on the whole, I've been pretty pleased with them. I just hope they'll last a bit longer. And I just thought it was absolute typical. A few weeks after I'd mentioned to Bob on his vlogs about people driving with bulbs out, and what happens, mine goes. What's the chances, eh? So, what else has been happening this week? Nothing too much exciting, to be honest. Watched Jurassic World again the other night, because the eldest wanted to watch that, so watched that again, and Still a pretty good film, actually. I do quite like it. I mean, it is a bit pretty much the same as the other, the Jurassic Park was, but it was still pretty good. I quite enjoyed that. Other than that, I've not recorded any more films. I have been on Star Wars Battlefront a bit again. Hooray! Obviously more late night shenanigans, so probably not produced the greatest of gaming again, but I'm getting a bit better at it, and certainly I'm climbing the ranks slowly but surely, so and all that practice seems to be paying off. I'm getting a bit better. Managed to change gun, main gun. I'd got one last week. I'd got a new gun, but I didn't like it at all. To be honest, the one I've been using previously I thought was better, and I used some credits to get this gun, and I wasn't keen on it at all. And then I'd watched some videos, and there's a couple of channels I subscribe to on Battlefront, and he was using one I'd seen numerous times and kind of ignored it. Don't remember the name of it, not that it matters, but there's one of the guns that you can choose from that has like pretty much near maximum damage, but all the other things, you know, range and accuracy and everything else are like really low. And I disregarded it because of the lack of range, because I thought I want to be shooting at distance and whatever else. But I'd seen him using this gun, and it seemed to be darned effective. Admittedly, you've got to be pretty close up, but because what I was finding with my selection of guns is distance-wise I wasn't that great unless I could manage to aim it right. But when I got close up, I just seemed to go completely wrong and aim all over the place, but not where I was supposed to be aiming, and then just generally missed the target. So I thought, I'm going to have a go with this one, because he seemed to be doing really well with it. And sure enough, it's actually not bad. I quite like it. And for this droid run, which is the one I mainly do, it's perfect, because obviously you're running around between the droids, recapturing them. And what does tend to happen is you just run into people, the enemy. And it's just ideal. You come along, go around a corner, enemy there, bang, and because they're right next to you, it pretty much demolishes them in one shot, done, onto your next bit. So that's helped me a great deal, because previously, even if I managed to get one shot on target, it wasn't actually killing anyone. And then by that point, they'd sort of figured out what was going on and killed me. So I've done that, and because long range, I have the homing gun thing, and that's pretty good as well. Although the wiser ones who have the jetpacks have managed to jetpack out the way if they know you've locked on. Another defective light. See, they're everywhere. I don't know what it is. There's one behind actually as well. I don't know what it is. This year seems to be even worse for them than I ever remember. So yeah, I've been quite impressed with that super damage, although rubbish at distance gun, and yeah, seem to be increasing the ranks slowly but surely, and we should be getting some more content for Battlefront as well. Although to be fair, I'm going around, I'm really enjoying playing out the droid run now. Actually, it gets quite exciting, and I'm getting more into more of the maps. I've figured out where everywhere is now. It makes life easier, because I did spend a lot of time just lost entirely. So enjoying Star Wars Battlefront, and had the new light bulbs for my car. I've still got, and I've not managed to, it's shocking really, I've had it about 2 weeks now. I got a liquid screen protector, which is like some liquid wipe things you're supposed to wipe on your device, and leave it to dry, and it sets as a hard screen protector. I actually wanted it for the watch, if I'm perfectly honest, because the watch is it's got a couple of nicks in it, to be honest, on the screen. Getting the cheaper sport models not paid well in that respect, and pretty much have a rough and rugged time at work anyway, so I think, I don't know, whatever I've been doing, I've managed to knock it. I mein, they're hardly noticeable, the little scuffs in the glass, but hey, let's get this up. So yeah, and I'd got a screen protector when I first got it, but it was I'd got this a screen protector for Apple Watch, and it turned out it just covered the visible area of the screen, so the whole screen on the watch is obviously curved at the edges, and I didn't fancy that at all with it not covering all the glass area, so I'm thinking this liquid one might be a better option. But I've not put it on yet. I will do that hopefully this weekend, maybe, if I get a chance. I need to get everything clean. Hoping there's going to be enough to do the watch and then do the phone as well with it, because I never bother with screen protector on that, so it might be worth trying. So we shall endeavour to see that. So there you are. That has been my week. Nothing too exciting, sadly. So have a good weekend and next week, and I'll catch you in the next coffee vlog.